All right, everybody. We're going to go over some of these questions again when it comes to that test that we just took for the common assessment. If you can just master these three, many of you will be passing with a breeze. So here we go. What you need to know about rounding. How do I round? Well, let's see. If I were to ask, what is the value if rounded to the, and we're going to do ones, or that other word was whole number, the tenths, I should say, hundredths, remember that TH changes it, and then thousands. Well, we can't even do thousands, so there you go, tenths, hundredths. So first off, my steps is that I want to go to the number that I'm looking for. So go to the number, okay, or I'm going to put in parentheses place value. Okay, so since it says ones, I'm going to go to 4. I'm going to rewrite the number. I'm going to go to the 4. Okay, that's in the ones. Then I have to look to the right. Look to the right. Means I'm going to this guy, the 3. Now, beforehand, I did my rounding mountain, and that lets me know that if it's 1 through 4, I slide back down and it stays the same. If it's 5 through 9, I get to go all the way up to the next number. So that's the number 4. So then it just stays, or 3, so that just stays at 4. So look to the number to the right, then use mountain. We'll say that's the rounding mountain. There we go, rounding mountain. So since that's 1 through 4, it slides back down, and I just leave it at 4. Okay, now we're going to speed this up a little bit more. So now I'm going to rewrite the number again. And this time I am going to go to the tenths. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight the tenths now. This one was in the ones, right? So now I'm going to go to the tenths. And it says that I want to follow those 2 steps. Okay, this is where it tells me what I need to do. So really my third step on this would be use that to either round up or stay the same. So I'm not going to go to the tenths. That's where I start. I'm going to look to the right. It's a 6. I look at the rounding mountain. A 6 is on this side, so I slide up. And then my answer then would be 4.3, or 4 I should say, there we go, or 4 and 4 tenths. 4 and 4 tenths. Okay? Now, let's do the next one. And again, this time it says we needed to do it in the hundredths, so I'm going to highlight the hundredths. That's where I needed to go to. I'm going to go to the one to the right, which is a 7. And again, I have to round up. So I'm going to go ahead and go 4.37, which is 4. And remember, and is the decimal. And 37 hundredths. And there we go. Alright, so that's how we know that we understand how to round, is that we always go to the left. Now there is one more shortcut that we could take, and I like using this one too. So let's go back to any of these really, but let's use this one. 4 and 367 thousandths, and then I want to say, okay, well, I'm going to write 4 and 300 thousandths, 4 and 400 thousandths, okay? So we got them all lined up with our zeros. Now I need to ask myself, well, if 4.350, right, is in between these two, where does this guy go? Well, he's bigger than 5, so that means he's closer to the 400 than he is the 300. So yes, it would have to be 4 and 4 tenths. Okay? Same thing, and I could use the same method for this too. I could write it as this. So this is kind of our cheat on how to do this. I could do Again, I'm going to rewrite 4, and I'm going to put down 4.3, and it says to the hundredths, so since that's a 6, that means we're going to stay at 60, or we're going to go to 70. Okay? Notice how these are all the same, so they go away. I'm just looking at the 60 and the 70. Well, if I add 3 more, this is closer again, because 65 bumps up, and 7 is bigger than 5, so it has to go closer to 70. So that's another way that we can use just that common reasoning to line things up and say, oh, yeah, that makes sense that it has to go up. Okay, so I hope that helps. And write that down. Okay, now the next one. Need to know for expanded form.